Good morning. I got a story to tell y'all if you care to listen in. This story is about these four boys, and they lived in the mountains in West Virginia. And man, they were great friends. When you saw one of them, you saw all of them. Whether they was riding their bicycles, playing baseball, football, or anything with a ball, chasing fireflies at night. And then as they got older, they started chasing them girls. Well, they graduated high school and they went to work just like their fathers did in them coal mines. And they'd go to work each and every day trying to provide and help their families. Well, one afternoon they was coming out of the mine and the mine collapsed. They went to running out. And three of them got outside the mine and realized that one of their buddies was still inside. So they turned back and they ran into that mine and they started moving all that debris. And he was laying there up underneath a bunch of rubble. They pulled it all off, realized that his legs had been crushed. So they throwed him over their shoulder and ran him outside. Somebody had called an ambulance, so they put him in the ambulance and they took him to the hospital. And after some time, the doctors said that they didn't think that they could help him. Well, his buddies wasn't going to have none of that, so they found a rehabilitation man that said he could help him, and they took him there, and well, it didn't do any good either. So the boy in the wheelchair was about done. He said, I ain't going anywhere else. It's just how it's going to be. I'm going to be stuck in this chair. Well, one of his friends heard about this holy man about 50 miles from where they was, and heard he was able to heal people. So he went and told his buddy in the wheelchair. He said, hey man, I got some good news. There's a guy that can help you. He said, ain't nobody can help me. I'm done, man. I ain't never going to walk again. Well, his friends weren't going to take that for an answer, so they went and got their old van. This van was an 8-cylinder van, but it was only running on 6. Y'all ever had a vehicle like that? I have. Well, anyway, they throwed him in the van. He was hooting and hollering, and he didn't want to go. And they took off on this journey. Well, they got about 10 miles from where they were supposed to be. And sure enough, that van broke down on the side of the road. And that boy in the wheelchair, boy, he let them know it. I told y'all not to bring me here. I told y'all, man, that I just wanted to stay home. Well, they're standing on the side of the road, and a man with a truck drove by. And he said, hey, can I help y'all? He said, yeah, man, we're broke down. Can you give us a ride? He said, sure, get in. So they picked that boy's wheelchair up, threw it in the back of the truck, and they all loaded up, and they went to ride. Well, they finally got to where they needed to get. And when they got there, man, there was all kinds of people there. I mean, the yard was full of folks. And the boy in the wheelchair says, I ain't never going to get in there. Come on, let's just go home. Well, one of the boys done run ahead, and he went around back at his house, and there was a ladder leaning against the house. And he ran back. He said, hey, guys, I got a way we can get in. So they run him around the back. The biggest, strongest boy throwed that boy on his shoulder, and they went up on the roof, sure enough. When they got up there, man, they'd been working on the roof, so there was a hammer and a saw. Well, them boys went to cutting on that roof. Can you believe it? And they made a hole in that roof. And then they grabbed a hold of that boy in that wheelchair, and they laid down flat on top of that roof, and they grabbed that boy's hands, and they leaned him down in that hole and just dropped him smack dab on top of that holy man. That boy bounced off the ground right in front of him. And the holy man looked right down at him, and then he looked up at us. And he said, hey, y'all's sins are forgiven. And I thought for a minute, I said, you know what? Is he talking about the fact that I just cut a hole in the roof? Or is he talking about all them things I did wrong my whole life? Then he looked down at my friend and told him to get up and walk, sure enough. And by God, he did. He jumped right up and started running around. Man, there was a big old celebration. Ain't that something? You'll find that scripture. That's a true story. Come out the Bible. But the thing about it all is his friends. His friends got him there. You know, we all need help, don't we? Every now and then. And the thing is, we all can help. You know, I wish folks would think about it before they put anything up on social media or say anything out there. Ask themselves, is it helping or is it hurting? And I think we need a whole bunch of more helping, don't you? Well, it says in the scripture that, but we request of you, brethren, that you appreciate those who diligently work among you and have charge over you in the Lord and give you instruction, that you esteem them very highly in love because of their works. Live in peace with one another. That's what it's all about, is living in peace with one another. Well, God bless y'all, and enjoy your weekend.